AI is changing, well, everything about how we work. And while that's bringing some incredible opportunities, it also creates a very real challenge. What happens to our jobs? And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie. This is about how we, right now, can prepare for a future where the whole idea of a job is being rewritten.
So that's the big question, isn't it? As all this technology reshapes entire industries, how do we actually navigate this massive shift? How do we make sure this isn't just about surviving, but about creating a world where everyone has a real shot at thriving?
All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll face the reality of displacement head-on. Then, we'll get into what you can do about it personally. After that, we'll talk about what businesses need to do and the critical part that society as a whole has to play. And finally, we'll pull it all together to see how we can forge a more resilient future.
Okay, let's get right to it. We have to start with the core issue, the real-world impact of AI and automation on jobs.
Let's be crystal clear about something. This is not some far-off, maybe one-day problem. It's happening right now. Automation is a fantastic engine for innovation, no doubt. But it also means that jobs are changing in a fundamental way. Ignoring this? That's just not an option. We need a solid plan to manage this.
So where do we even begin? Well, the most powerful place to start is with you. Let's look at the proactive steps you can take to not just get ready for the future of work, but to actually help shape it. The first big idea here is upskilling. Think of it this way. It's all about adding new tools to your professional toolbox. You're learning new things to stay sharp and competitive as your industry changes around you. And that leads us to a related idea, reskilling. So if upskilling is adding new tools to your current toolbox, reskilling is like building a brand new one from scratch. This is for when you need to make a bigger pivot, maybe to a totally different job or even a new career path.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Simple. First, you've got to be proactive. Don't wait for your job to become obsolete. Get ahead of the curve and figure out what skills are going to be in demand. Second, you have to actually invest the time in learning those things. Data analysis, programming, even leadership. And third, and this might be the most important one, you've got to become adaptable. Your ability to learn new things quickly is going to be your superpower.
But look, this isn't a challenge you should have to face alone. It's only one part of the puzzle. Businesses have a huge responsibility here to build a culture that actually supports their people through all this change.
For businesses, this is where real leadership comes into play. It means putting your money where your mouth is and investing in your people through reskilling programs and helping them transition. But here's the real game changer. It's not just about replacing people with AI. It's about redesigning jobs so people can work with AI. And that opens up a whole new world of roles in things like AI oversight, ethics, and management.
All right, let's zoom out a bit. Because even if individuals and businesses do their part, a truly successful transition needs support from society as a whole.
You know, this really has to be a team effort. Governments need to step up by investing in education, offering financial help for people who are reskilling, and providing those crucial safety nets. And at the same time, our schools and organizations need to adapt what they're teaching, team up with businesses, and really champion the idea that learning doesn't stop when you graduate.
So what happens when you bring all of this together? The individual, the business, society? Well, you start to see a clear, collaborative path forward. You start to build a resilient future, one where change doesn't break us, but actually makes us stronger.
And really, that's what it all boils down to. No single person, company, or government can solve this alone. The only way we're going to navigate the massive changes AI is bringing is by working together with a united, proactive plan. It's about creating a future where both people and technology can thrive. Now, everything we've touched on today is really just the tip of the iceberg. The book, The Future of Work, lays out the complete framework for success, whether you're a worker, an entrepreneur, or a leader trying to navigate this new era. The future of work isn't just something that happens to us. It's something we build together. You can find out how to be an architect of that future by getting your copy on Amazon today.